service dog video. And by the way, this is Heimdall. He's my service dog. He'll be 3 in November. He's so pretty. I do get looked at funny a lot because I look fine on the outside. I'm not fine. Yeah, I use him for light mobility and psychiatric services. Mostly light mobility. Yeah, baby. The reason why I use him for light mobility is because I've got scoliosis and scleroderma. Sometimes it affects me where I don't want to walk. My body just stops and I stop walking. And he keeps pulling me a little bit to keep going. Normally you don't want your dogs to pull you when you're walking. Stop it, bud. I know. We're not playing, Bubba. And I've also got bad social anxiety too, PTSD and panic attacks. Granted, I haven't had a panic attack since I've had him. Nope, no panic attacks. I've had a few anxiety attacks, but my anxiety doesn't get too bad because he doesn't let them. He's very good at what he does. Don't you, bud? Come here. Heimdall, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Bushley. Heimdall, come here. He's a pain in the butt sometimes. He's waiting for Dad to come home. Normally when Dad's not here, when James isn't here, he wears a head halter on his face to signify that he's working while Dad is gone. Well, I took his head halter off early because he's been a good boy. Haven't you? Yeah, you've been a good boy. Scoliosis, if nobody knows, it's curvature of the spine. Mine is in my lower spine. I also have blunt force trauma from an accident years ago when I was 15. Also, I was diagnosed with having... crap, I forgot the name of it. That's another part of what's going on with my brain, is I do tend to forget some words. I have arthritis in my low spine where the blunt force trauma is. The only thing they give me is muscle relaxers for my back. But since I've been put on Plaquenil for my scleroderma, it acts really weird with other things too, and I haven't had much back pain. Plus, having him, he picks things up off the floor for me so I don't bend over, which means I don't hurt my spine and I'm not constantly bending over. Bending over is the hardest thing for me to do anything. So when I'm cleaning my trailer, I focus on waist up stuff. And since we got a Dyson, I've been able to vacuum the floor without being on my hands and knees, like with our miniature little shop vac that we've got. It makes it easier so I can at least vacuum the floor, so he's not sucking down his own fur. Yes, yes. Scleroderma is, in a nutshell, thickening of the skin. My skin will get... Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. My skin will get thick and there will be no more stretch to it. And it'll cause me to not be able to really straighten up because everything will start doing this. Arms, legs, everything. I'll wind up in a wheelchair eventually. My numbers are low. And my rheumatologist has stated that I could go into remission, which can happen, where I don't have symptoms for so long. One of the main symptoms, the reason why I was diagnosed, is because I've got Raynaud's. Raynaud's is where my blood vessels in my hands, my feet, tip of my nose, ears, granted my ears don't do it, but it'll pull those little blood vessels in here and start shrinking them up like this, to where your hands, like my fingers, will turn white and then go bluish color, and then when they warm up they are bright red, and it's actually very, very painful. They put me on a medication that helps it. This medication is used for blood pressure, but I don't have blood pressure problems at all, so I have to be watched very closely. Take my BP, take my O2 stats, and when I get up in the mornings, because I take it at night, when I get up in the mornings I have to be slow at getting up, which sucks because I'm this type of person. I'll wake up, take a minute or two, and then I bounce out of bed. By no means am I a morning person, but it's just how I've always been. Take a minute or two and then bounce out of bed. Well, I can't do that anymore. I have to take my time, lay down flat, sit up, and then crawl out of bed to get out. This disease can be painful. There are others that are worse than me, so I'm still learning over what I've got. But your skin produces too much collagen in it, which causes it to thicken. So I can't use anything with anti-aging properties, anything that promotes collagen growth. I can't use it. So when it comes to skincare, I have to be very careful what I use, and I can't use your typical like cleansers and all this, the whole routine of having a skin routine. I just wash my face with water to wake me up, and that's pretty much it. Hi, baby. Almost the glasses. That was great. But as far as I know, the doctor says that my numbers are low, and the medication that I'm on, the Plaquenil, I have to go in and get my eyes checked every year. Thank you. Now my insurance will pay for it. I also live with chronic migraines. I get several different kinds of headaches. Mostly I've got the migraine that starts in the middle of your head and just, it goes out like this, and it feels like it's just going whoom, whoom, whoom. But other times it feels like a pickaxe just driving right in there. I do get what's called aurora, and it's where you see things funny. You don't have really much for pain, but you just see weirdly, and it's kind of like you're inside the aurora borealis with how it is. It's just you don't have the pretty colors. It affects your eyesight pretty good. I'm unable to wear my glasses when that happens. So there's that. I have also got arthritis through half of my entire body, which is weird how it is. Shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, everything's got arthritis on that side. Also with this autoimmune disease, my joints are affected. And right now with the way the weather has been, like we went from 80, 90 degrees, nice and sunny, nice and warm, it felt great, we had AC on, to I'm back in a long sleeve t-shirt because it's in the 60s and it's been raining for the last week. I'm only stopping him because he scratches, dog hair, he scratches so much at his chin that he claws himself. Yeah, you do. And I don't want you all full of scabs. And plus he hits me with his foot. Such disrespect. Showing everybody your butt, and then you slam it into me. Love you too, pain in my butt. There are times where, like, he's got the day off, we go take him to, we'll take him to Doogie World. I cannot exactly say all the time dog park, because he knows what that means. Leave it. But we'll go there, and he's able to run wild and free, but if I'm not feeling too good, he sticks around me pretty good. My story begins in 2016, in October. A couple of friends of mine my story with him. A couple of friends of mine, one friend, the other one I'm not so friend with, decided that they wanted to get a new car. And pretty much she gloated it in my face. He didn't, but she gloated it in my face. Anybody that knows Salem, Oregon knows where Costco and Chrysler Jeep is at. Well, there's an intersection there that goes into a highway. And so there's a lot of traffic, usually a lot of semis and stuff. Because of her and because of other things, and people calling me liars that day, and just a bunch of BS, I got really depressed. And I was already going through depression because of because I used to have a roommate in this trailer, believe it or not. It was okay for a while until I found out he was a dick. But, I had been going through therapy, and I was clinically depressed, and I had gotten so low that I almost walked out into traffic in front of a semi. Something stopped me. I called my husband, sat down, and they dropped me off there so that James can take me home. And also that same night, our little 92 Mazda MX-3 died on the way home. We were able to limp her home, but we think we blew a head gasket or something. She wasn't running right, so we had to borrow our friend's little car to get by until we got our now Subaru. In November of 2016, Thanksgiving Day, Heimdall and his brothers and sisters were born. I got to pick him up the first or second week of January, and I brought him home. He is literally my first puppy that I've ever raised myself. Growing up, we always went to shelters to grab dogs. I love that. I don't mind grabbing, a shelter dog. Sometimes they are the best dogs to get. But I didn't have that choice. I needed to start with puppy and train all the way up. Not saying that I can't train a shelter dog to be my service dog, but it's the best bet for me to learn and figure things out. I learned a lot by having him and by training him myself, which a lot of people don't understand. ADA law, you don't have to go to a trainer, you don't have to go to a facility to get you a service dog. You can own or train. You just gotta know your laws, your rules, what you can and cannot do, and how to train a dog for what you specifically need. When it comes to my anxiety, which I can't really do it, but I rack my knuckles back and forth till they bleed, and I don't realize it. Heimdall, while I'm doing it, will get underneath and get his face in my face to let me know, hey mom, I'm here. Calm down. So that's a little bit of what he does. Within 3 months of getting Heimdall, I was no longer clinically depressed. I had ended my therapy, mutually with my therapist. He said I no longer needed it. I no more needed to think about medication or have the medication, because I had gotten the prescription and kept it in my purse at all times. It was one of those things I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it when it came to my anxiety. And my regular doctor understood that it was probably going to sit in my purse, but having that there was like a security blanket to where if I have a panic attack, I've got something with me that can help me. Since having him, I have less pain. My quality of living is so much better. I'm more independent now. I still have problems going through Costco because it's too many people. But that's okay. I have lots of stories to tell, a lot of things to talk about. If you have any questions as to my disability and anything about me of why I'm considered disabled, please comment down below, ask your questions, and I will make another video and answer them. I do have problems with some of my family not believing that there's anything wrong with me. It's enough that my doctor told me that I need to stop working. Hence why I'm doing YouTube, so I can eventually and hopefully make a paycheck so I can bring some money in, because I can't work. And I don't know about any other state, but here in Oregon, if you're married and then become disabled, like I am, they won't even bother looking at my case. They just say my husband makes too much, throw my case out. And I've tried and tried for like 4 or 5 years straight. And I even had my attorney look at me and go, they're not going to give you Social Security unless you two divorce. And because of me and how my beliefs are, I don't believe in divorce. That's not going to happen. There's just no way. So I decided to start a YouTube, and that's why this channel is so important to me. Over time, I will learn more about how to make a proper video and how to edit better and all that stuff. So bear with me. If you have questions, comment down below. So yeah, that's all I've got today. That's all I can do today. I'm really not feeling good, and I might be going to the gym with my friend. Even though I don't feel good, get your ass to the gym. It'll help you, it'll make you feel better, and it's something that you need and your body needs. So, come here, Heimdall. Come here. Bushley, come here. He says nope. Come here. Come here. Come here. So, this is Heimdall. He's my cutie little rotten, my Rottweiler. And he helps take care of me, don't you? He just wants to go lay down. He's waiting for Dad to come home so he can play. Yeah. He's my buddy. He saves my life every day. Alright guys, if you can, comment, subscribe, like this, and there'll be many more videos to come. Bye guys.